Hello YouTube, welcome back to my second YouTube channel, Jarvey Rocks 2. But I do have a main YouTube channel where I upload edited playthroughs, and yes, edited playthroughs, games that I just wanted to play, and I decided to edit them down into one video. I have 2 videos up on my main channel that you can check out that are examples of this. I have 3 demos in one video. That's right, 3 demos in one, where I play 3 first-person shooter demos, and I put them all together into one video, a fun video. And then I also have a video where I play through the entirety of Terminator 2D, the new Terminator game, and check that out. Fun videos, fun games. But I love working on those videos. And as a bonus on this channel, if you watch the Terminator 2D video, you get a bonus video on this channel where I play through the 3rd ending of Terminator 2D. But of course, the video on this channel is no commentary, while the video on my main channel is a commentary video. So I'm going to be doing a new podcast episode. Yay. Welcome to my random podcast, Jarvey's Random Podcast. And in this, I want to talk about my top 10 games that I am generally excited for 2026. And this is not all of them. There's so many good games that got announced that I'm generally excited for, but I decided to just do top 10 at the moment, and I just wanted to share what my top 10 possibly would be. And there is so many good games that was announced last year for this year that there's too many for top 10, but I decided to just narrow them down to top 10 games that I'm genuinely excited for. Now let's just get into it. Let's get into it. The first game is an indie game, and it's an indie horror game. It's a game that I've been following the development of for so long, and it is a indie horror game that is heavily inspired by Clock Tower, the original Clock Tower game, which was a survival horror, no combat, point-and-click game. And it was absolutely a fantastic horror game, and this takes inspiration from that. But the great thing about this, even though this will be released on Steam, you can play this game in its entirety on the Sega Genesis. This game was developed first with Sega Genesis in mind. What you are seeing is what the game will be on both Sega Genesis and on Steam. This game was made in a software that allows you to make like Sega Genesis games, and the developer decided to make this game, and it looks incredible. Of course, it'll be released alongside a Sega Genesis version and a Steam version, and I am genuinely excited for this game. Look at this. Look at the visuals of this. Look at the visuals. Look at this amazing pixel art. Like, everything about this is fantastic, and it is very much no combat survival horror, and I love no combat survival horror. And I'm not talking about like stealth horror games where you have to stealth around and it's you're mostly just walking and stealthing around. So, no combat survival horror games, or games like Amnesia, the Bunker, Clock Tower, and The Haunting Grounds. These games have survival horror level design. So basically, you're in like this big area, like a mansion, for example. You're in like a mansion, you have a map, and you can backtrack back and forth and find items that allow you to unlock another door, like an item progression system that allows you to go further into the mansion and into the story. So basically, kind of like a Metroidvania level design in a way. And that's what these games very much do, but this time there's no combat. And Clock Tower was one of the first types of survival horror games before Resident Evil and before Alone in the Dark, which Alone in the Dark was the first one that really defined what a survival horror game, and Resident Evil was what made the genre popular. But Clock Tower is amazing, and this game takes like heavy inspiration from Clock Tower, and I am genuinely excited to play this. And I've been following this developer on like Blue Sky and Twitter. When I had Blue Sky and Twitter, I no longer have Blue Sky or Twitter. I follow them on social medias, and I absolutely was so excited for these games. Like, does this character have a Tamagotchi? They got a Tamagotchi. What the heck? That's awesome. That's cool. So yeah, I'm genuinely very excited for this game, and just look at this pixel art. Genuinely look at this pixel art. Pizza is finally here. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, pizza. And that's the bag man. Oh my gosh, he's so creepy. With that big ass smile. Big ass smile. But I'm genuinely excited for this game. So let's get to the next game, which is Ontos. Now, I loved Soma, and this game is frictional. This is developed by Frictional Games, who developed Soma, and they've been advertising this as Soma's spiritual sequel. It's not an actual sequel, but it is a spiritual sequel, and like it will delve deep into the themes that are similar to Soma's themes. And Soma basically asks the question, what really makes you human? And I think this game will ask somewhat the same question, and I'm genuinely excited for this. Now, I will say, I love Soma for the story, but I love Amnesia the Bunker for the gameplay. I think Amnesia the Bunker improves on no combat survival horror gameplay. It is very much no combat survival horror gameplay. You have a big map that you can explore around, and you have areas that are locked off, and you need to go to this other area to find an item to progress further into the like areas that were locked, so you can progress more to the story of the game. And I will say the story of that game was very basic, was very minimum. There was no really deep story with Amnesia the Bunker. It was mostly just in notes that you could find around the area, but there was no real story to it. While Soma had a very in-depth story, but the gameplay was your generic like stealth horror game. And I do love stealth horror games, but it's very much was like that. And I thought Amnesia the Bunker was the step in the right direction for these type of games. And I think what they need to do is take the story of Soma and take the gameplay of Amnesia the Bunker and combine it together to make something amazing. And I heard some people say Amnesia the Bunker is a roguelike. It's not. It is not. Amnesia the Bunker has elements that could seem like a roguelike. For example, every new playthrough, items are in different places. So no item is in the same place twice in every playthrough you do. So it's randomly generated just for the items. It is not randomly generated for the levels. The levels are the exact same areas and same all that. The map will always still be the same, and how the story flows will still be the same. There is no difference in level design. And what makes a roguelike is, one, if you die, you lose a lot of your stuff. And this isn't a roguelike, not a low light. Light has some differences there where it can be very more forgiving. But a roguelike, if you die, you start from the beginning. You lose all your items and everything. And also the maps generated to be different. Like the level design very much is structured very differently. each time you play, each time you die. And also, yeah, no, I think that's really it. Those are the two main ones. And with Amnesia the Bunker, if you die, you just go back to your last save. Roguelites don't have a save mechanic because if you die, you lose everything in that save and you have to start basically from the beginning. Roguelites are very different because they have the same mechanics of a roguelike. They're just a little bit more easier. They're a little bit more like, I'm not gonna, it's not easy, but it's forgiving. Roguelites are more forgiving with its roguelike mechanics. Well, Amnesia the Bunker was not a roguelike at all, or a roguelite. I'm saying light, by the way. It does sound like I'm saying the same thing. Roguelike. Like, and roguelite. Lite. But Amnesia the Bunker is none of those genres. It's just a survival horror game that has items that can be randomly generated, but just the items. Everything else is fine, and if you die, you just go back to your previous save. You don't lose any of your items and stuff unless you didn't save before you died. Then you can lose your items by that, but it's just like a normal game. It's like Granny. It's just like Granny with a save mechanic. But basically, my hopes for this game is they combine both Amnesia the Bunker and Soma and make just an incredible game. I'm truly excited for this. Soma was my favorite game from, like I said, even though like the gameplay I think is very like generic and stuff, it's still great. It's still great. I think the game is great for what it is. But what I want is Amnesia gameplay, because Amnesia the Bunker is my second favorite game, while Soma is my first favorite game from Frictional Games. And I just want more of Amnesia the Bunker gameplay, but more Soma story. And I hope this delivers that. I'm genuinely excited for this game. Ontos is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait. It just says coming 2026. This could mean anything. Can I get it soon, please? Let me take a drink of water before we go to the next game. Refreshing. I do apologize. I am sick. So let's get to the next game. And the next game is Mouse P.I. Mouse P.I. is a awesome looking first person shooter game in the art style of Rubber Hose animations from like the 40s and 50s, I think 50s specifically. And it looks incredible, and it stars Troy Baker as the main character, and it looks so fun, and everything about this looks amazing, and it definitely matches the time period of this animation, especially like how the guns animate when you shoot them, and how everything reacts, like every like object reacts, like everything just feels alive, and it looks so great. And you can see so much influences from not just that style of animation, because in the beginning of this trailer we very much see like a steamboat have the name Willie on it to reference Steamboat Willie. Now, of course, they legally could put Steamboat Willie in their game. I don't think they're going to. I think this is just like a little Easter egg. This is like a cute little Easter egg. And of course, later on, we see the demons from Doom. Say cackle demons. What the fuck? Cackle demons. We see cackle demons from Doom, but in a more cartoony, goofy art style. It looks like in this trailer we go to hell, which is pretty awesome. We got some skeleton enemies, Like, oh, this game looks so fun. It's sad that it did get delayed a little because it was originally supposed to come out March 19th of this year, but sadly it got pushed back. I don't know what the new release date is. I can't remember. But I am truly, I can look it up. Let me quickly look it up what the new release date for Mouse PI is. PI for hire release date. Everyone's still saying March 19th. I swear March 19th was the delayed announcement, was it not? I could be wrong. Delay. Oh no. Okay, the March 19th is the delayed release date. It was originally supposed to come out in 2025. Okay, that's right. That's right. And so the March 9th. So we are getting this sooner. And I thought, hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, it was originally supposed to come out in, I think, October. And it got delayed, which is amazing. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I am so excited for this game. Mouse PI for hire. I've been following this game since the beginning of its development. I saw it. Some guy posted it on Twitter when it was in its early stages, and I mean very early stages. There wasn't even levels. All they had was the weapon sprites, and the enemy sprites, but the levels were not even finished. And I was so excited. So like, oh my gosh, a rubber hose first person shooter. Oh my god, that's gonna be so good, and I am truly excited for this game. I think it is going to be absolutely incredible. And it looks just fun. It looks like a fun first-person shooter. And you got the voice of Troy Baker. Troy Baker as the main character. That's really incredible for this indie studio. You like this was this studio was this is like their first game. This is like I believe their first game ever. And they just started developing it, and they were able to get Troy Baker as the voice actor. That's fucking insane, and I am so happy for them. And it just looks so fun, and I cannot wait to play this. I am going to love playing it. Next game. So we got the next game, which is Marvel's Wolverine. Now with this game, I was actually worried there for a long time that it was canceled. I genuinely was very worried because we haven't heard anything about it since the leaks and stuff. And when the leaks happened, I thought there's a chance that they could develop it to cancel it because maybe Sony's not willing to put more money into changing it because of the leaks. And I do think they did change some of it because I think that's why the game took a little bit longer in development, because they changed some things here and there that were leaked from the leaks, the Insomniac hack and shit. And so like a lot of the footage got leaked. Like, there was a lot of leaked footage, and there's some gameplay right there. But I would like to see like full on like gameplay. I want to see how much they changed, because I've seen the leaks, and the camera is very close to Wolverine in a lot of scenes. Basically, what I hope for this game, honestly, what I very much hope for this game is that it takes lots of huge inspirations from X-Men Origins Wolverine, the video game. Not the movie, the video game. The video game is really good. If you never played X-Men Origins Wolverine and you thought it's a movie-based game and the movie fucking sucks, so obviously the game sucks, that's not true. The game's fucking really good. It's a God of War clone of that era, and it's surprisingly superior to the movie. The movie was garbage And the game was fucking amazing. And what I loved about the game was that you had this regenerating health mechanic. And basically, if Wolverine took damage, you would see that in his outfit and even his skin. You would see him just be bones, like it was crazy. Like the skin will be like completely ripped off of his body, and all you'll see is his like muscles or his fucking bones and shit, and it would slowly regenerate over time. And I want that mechanic in this game. And yes, you could say like, well, it's gonna look silly with the clothes regenerating. Like, I don't give a shit. Fucking give me fucking regenerating ability where everything regenerates and you see it in real time. I want that, like in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now, of course, this game's going to be rated M, and they understand how violent Wolverine as a character is. And it's absolutely incredible that they're not holding back on the fucking violence. They are making this goddamn M-rated, and it's going to fucking be. They're not. They're going to use up that M rating. They're going to fucking use up the M rating. And my gosh, this game looks incredible. I'm so happy it was not canceled. And I'm truly excited to play this game and just finally play it. And I do agree with people's opinions that sometimes the writing in Insomniac games have been kind of, and there was a lot of the characters very much kind of didn't really have an edge to them. Like, there wasn't really no, and I don't mean like being edgy and shit. I'm talking about having an edge. Like, they were very like cookie cutter superhero characters that had really no edge to them. I will be honest with you. I love those games and I love the story of Spider-Man 1 and 2, but I think they do need to give Wolverine specifically a little bit more of an edge. They need to really go into how much of a flawed character Wolverine is. Wolverine is a flawed character. He very much is a flawed character. And that's why I love Wolverine, because he can make decisions and stuff that he would probably regret in the future. And I truly, truly love that for the character. And I want to see him be the character in the comics. I wanted to see him be flawed, because in the Spider-Man game, Spider-Man isn't really that flawed. I would be honest with you. Peter Parker isn't really that flawed, and he doesn't really have that edge to him. He's very much like a cookie cutter superhero character in the modern era, like a modern cookie cutter superhero. And I love Peter's character in those games, but I definitely agree with people that he is very much just like, there is no edge to those games, and like there are some problems with the story, but I still love the story in those games. I think they are like especially Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1 story is the best Spider-Man has ever been. Spider-Man 2, I kind of have problems here and there with the story and stuff, but overall I do love that game. And I'm so excited for this game. This game's going to be fucking incredible. And just look how gory it is. Gory. This is what a Wolverine game needs to be. And I just hope they take the elements that I love about X-Men Origins Wolverine and they put them in this game as well. Because that'd be fucking amazing. And again, X-Men Origins Wolverine, the game. Let's move on to the next game. And we got another indie game. And this is Silver Pines. I've been following this game as well and its development cycle, and it is a 2D. The developer's been calling it a 2D survival horror Metroidvania, and it's very much a survival horror game. And you get obviously the inspirations from games like Alan Wake and Silent Hill, but I specifically see a lot of Alan Wake and Max Payne. This game will have visual novel style cutscenes, like they're very much like graphic novel style cutscenes. So if you played the original Max Payne game, the cutscenes are very much in the style of Max Payne's cutscenes from the original Max Payne game. And this game very much looks like it is a Remedy inspired game. and it looks like it's going to be an incredible survival horror game. And I truly cannot wait to play this. This is very high on my list of games that I want to play. It might not be high on this video's list because these aren't really in order, I'll be honest with you, but these are the games that I am excited for. But again, they're not really in order at all, because this would definitely be very high in the list. But I am truly excited for this game, and the art style just looks incredible. It's very like graphic novel, noir, like gritty style, and I absolutely love it for that. And I oh my gosh, this game is gonna be so good when it releases. And I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it on my main channel. It's gonna be an edited playthrough. It's gonna be fucking incredible, and I truly cannot wait to play this game. There's gonna be a demo. The developer has said they're gonna release a demo for this game, and I'm gonna play the shit out of that demo. I'll play it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking times, and you know what? I'll play it 5 more times after that. The kind of moment that lasts forever. That is true. Look at all the systems coming out for Switch, Steam, PS5, Xbox. Hell yeah. Coming 2026. It's being published by Team 17. They published, I think they published Blasphemous. So I am so excited for this game. You don't know how excited I am for this game. Ever since I first saw this on Twitter before they even got a publisher, I was fucking excited for this game, and I've been wanting to play it for so long, and I'm so happy it's getting closer to being released, and it's going to be in my hands and playable, and I'm going to play it so much, and it's going to bring a tear to my eye. I just know it. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. Replace. Replace is another game that I'm excited for, but we're not going to put it in this video, even though I'm honestly excited for it too as well. But I cannot wait for Silver Pines. Silver Pines is going to be, did I even say the name of this game? I don't even know. It's Silver Pines, and it's very much Twin Peaks inspired. I fucking love Twin Peaks. I love Alan Wake, and I love Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition, Alan Wake, and this game are going to be my favorite Twin Peaks inspired games. Man, if only there was a Twin Peaks game. I've been fucking made by one of these developers. You know what? Give it to. You should have given it to Suri. I would have loved to see an official Twin Peaks game directed by Suri. But if you didn't want Suri, you could have given it to Sam Lake. Or you could have given it to this person. But I'm excited for the games, this game we're getting. And I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Let's move on to the next game, though, which is Control Resonant. And this game, I first saw the trailer and I was like, oh, God, this is a new Control game? Oh, my God. That's awesome. And so far, I don't know if this is a sequel or a spinoff. Sam Lake, I've saw on Twitter call it a spinoff, but I've also seen this YouTube channel. Someone said it's a sequel, and yeah, it says welcome to our world and welcome to our weird one. They have not confirmed it's not a sequel. So I don't know. Is this a spin-off or is this Control 2? Either way, I'm excited for it, and the gameplay style is very different from the first game. Now, of course, when this game was announced, I haven't really fully played Control, but since this game has been announced, I am playing this game right now. Look at that. There it is. I am playing this game right now. And it is so good. and I'm upset that it took me so long to play it. But this game, I didn't even realize it because, again, I haven't really been that far in the game. But you play as Jesse, the main character of the first Control game. You play as Jesse's brother, Dylan. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. But why am I mostly excited for it? I love Remedy's games. I love Alan Wake specifically. Of course, I've only really played Max Payne and Alan Wake. I have not played Quantum Break, but I love it on Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2. But what I love about this, and one of my favorite genres, is character action games. And if you don't know what a character action game, it is games like Devil May Cry. Games like Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, Final Fantasy 16, just like very stylized hack and slash games that basically revolve around you like jumping and like basically juggling enemies and stuff. And I love those type of games. So if you played Devil May Cry, you played a character action game. Bayonetta. And so why am I bringing up character action game? Because obviously the first Control was not a character action game. It was very much a Metroidvania. Well, the reason why I'm bringing up character action game for this game is because it is one. What? The Control sequel is going to be a character action game? Oh my god. It's either a sequel or a spinoff, but I don't fucking care. I'm excited. It's going to be badass. Look at these boss fights. Oh, this is a character action game. And it's so crazy to see that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be able to juggle enemies in the sky, and just constantly keep on fighting them. I definitely think it's still going to be very Metroidvania, and its level design is very much going to be a Metroidvania, but it's also going to be a character action game as well. And I am all for this. I am all for this. I am gonna be Control 1. I'm gonna play the shit out of this game. And I'm gonna do eventually after, like, before this game releases. Now, when does this game release? Let me see. Does it give a release date? Because it is 2026. It is 2026, but when does it release? It just says 2026. Okay, before this game releases, I am going to play all of Remedy's, all the games that are in the Remedy the Remedy universe, which is Alan Wake 2, Control, and also kinder Quantum Break, even though Quantum Break isn't fully in the Control universe because Remedy doesn't fully own that game. They developed it and they put Easter eggs to the other games in this universe, Alan Wake and stuff. But they don't own it because Microsoft has full control over Quantum Break. And until Remedy is able to buy Quantum Break from them, they're only able to make loose connections to Quantum Break without fully saying it is referencing Quantum Break. So even though technically they legally cannot say they're in the same universe, they've made loose connections to them. Like there was a DLC in Alan Wake 2 that heavily connected Quantum Break. They just could not flat out reference it. They could not really say, like, they kind of, because there was a shot in one of the Alan Wake's 2 DLC. It was about like the multiverse, this DLC, and you played the actor who plays the actor in Quantum Break, who also plays the sheriff character in Alan Wake 2. And in this DLC, you play as the actor himself. And he gets ended up in a multiverse storyline, and they reference Quantum Break, but they do it to where it could be very much a different thing entirely. They don't straight out say it's Quantum Break. They don't straight up like say like outright, like they don't reference the character's name, and they don't fully reference the event. They just say what kind of event it was to cause him to get the powers he did in that game. But they didn't they didn't really say how the event happened. It just happened, and so they didn't because again they can't fully say it's a part. Quantum Break is a part of this universe because they don't fully own. They don't own Quantum Break at all. Me saying they don't own it at all. Microsoft fully owns it, and they just developed it. And until Remedy gets the rights to Quantum Break, they legally cannot say they're in the same universe. But fans can say they're in the same universe. They just can't, which sucks. Which just sucks. That does suck, but I'm excited for this game. I'm excited to beat Control, and I'm definitely going to play the entirety of all the games that are connected in this universe. I'm not going to play the Max Payne games because those aren't also connected. They've never really said they're connected, and because they no longer own, they sold the IP to Rockstar. I don't think they really want to connect Max Payne. They're going to make reference to it because Alex Casey, the character of Alex Casey in Alan Wake 2, is very much just Max Payne. I mean, it's even played by the same face model of Max Payne in the first game, who was Sam Lakes. That's right, the face model, the face that is on Max Payne's face in Max Payne 1 is Sam Lakes. And it was so, and they even got the same voice actor who voiced Max Payne in the original Max Payne games for Alex Casey's character. But it's not Max Payne. It's just a clever little Easter egg. I see that more as an Easter egg than I do see them saying Max Payne's connected in this universe. I see that more as a little Easter egg. But they are developing alongside with Rockstar a Max Payne 1 and 2 remake. So who knows? They probably could get the rights back to Max Payne, and it could be connected. Maybe they will connect it in the remakes. But right now, they are not connected in the Remedy universe. So look out for my main channel because I'll definitely upload those videos. And it's so crazy to see that this new Control game is going to be a character action game. And I cannot wait, and it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fucking fun. Next game. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake. I'm excited for this. I love the original Fatal Frame 2, and this is a full-on remake. There was a remake on the Wii, and the remake on the Wii was a third-person over-the-shoulder game, but this is not that game. This is a fully new remake built from the ground up on, I believe, Unreal Engine, but I could be wrong. But, which it's weird because I understand why they wanted to remake the original Fatal Frame games, the first 3 games, because they're fixed camera, and the last 2 Fatal Frame games that they just recently remastered, Fatal Frame 4 and 5, they're like third person over the shoulder. And so remaking them for third person over the shoulder, it makes sense to remake them like that so they can easily transition. So when people play these games, they can easily transition into one another without it feeling jarring. I do understand that direction. I just don't understand why they didn't just port the Fatal Frame 2 remake on the Wii, because that also was a third-person over-the-shoulder game. But I'm glad that they're fully remaking this. I'm glad that it is being remade from the ground up, and I do hope this means we get, because I do think what will happen is this game will sell. Hopefully, it sells, and then they will release Fatal Frame 1, Fatal Frame 3 get remade, and then maybe, hopefully, we get a new mainline Fatal Frame game. And I truly want that because I love Fatal Frame, one of my favorite horror games. And I just want the series to return. And it's so far, it seems like it's returning. It's so far, like when the first remaster for Fatal Frame 5 came out, The Maiden of Blackwater, I think that's what it's called. And there wasn't a remaster for a long time after that because it got remastered, and then like I think maybe 3 or 4 years later, the next Fatal Frame 4 got remastered, and I was like, oh man, I hope they remaster the next games. I hope we get a Fatal Frame 1, 2, 3, and 4 remaster. Definitely 4 because that game never got a English translation. It was only released in Japan. So we never got an English translation. The only English translation you could play of Fatal Frame 4 was a fan translation. And so when that game got remastered, I was like, oh my god, hell yeah, thank you. And I hoped for Fatal Frame 1, 2, and 3 to get remastered. I didn't really want them to just remake them, but I'm fine with remakes as well. I just hope they also, give me a remastered collection of the first 3 games as well, of the original versions. But I'm also fine with the remakes as long as they're very close to the original. And this looks like it's being very close, very faithful to the original game. So excited. You don't know how. You don't know how excited I am. You just don't. Every time I say I'm so excited for a game, you just don't. You just don't know how excited I am. And that saddens me. That truly saddens me. You need to know how excited I am. So this next game is a BioShock-inspired game. Again, I apologize. I am sick. And this game is very cool because, let me move on. The game does not have standard bullets. The only way you can reload is if you give it your blood. And this actually can hurt. You have to really... I played the demo of this game. The demo released. I played the demo for this game. And demos were great, even though my computer could not handle it. The demo was great. But you really have to strategize about using ammo because when you give your guns your blood for ammo, it can actually hurt you and it takes away your health. So giving your guns your blood takes away some of your health. And that's very interesting. I really do like that mechanic because it really makes you strategize, like, if you really want to, like, kill all the enemies in the area. The demo didn't fully show me that, but I truly think that the full game is going to be a better job of showing off that mechanic. If not, because the demo, I feel like I was easily able to get all my health back and still kill every enemies in that demo that were easily killable. And so I do hope the full game, there is a real, you have to really think about if you want to give this game your ammo or not. So I'm excited for this. This game looks amazing, and it's heavily. If you play the demo, this game is heavily BioShock inspired. Like, playing this game, I was like, this is heavily, and I mean heavily, BioShock inspired. I still don't think I said the name of this game, and it's called Chryso Theater of Idols. I don't think I said the name of it when I began. But this game is very fascinating, and it's published by Blumhouse Games. It's not developed by them, but it's published by them. And this game very much like gave me the demo at least gave me a feeling of BioShock, and it's very much heavily inspired by BioShock. And it's great to see BioShock inspired games. I will say the new game Judas that's coming out, that is made by the original director of the BioShock games. I will say I'm not really excited for that because I recently found out it is a roguelike. And hearing that made me go, oh, so it's not a BioShock inspired game. It's just a roguelike. Okay. Like, I don't hate roguelikes. I just am not that big into them as other people are. But you know what? I will say I find myself liking more first person roguelikes than I do like 2D roguelikes. Like, I love Sulfur, and I love Post Void. Those are fucking great first person roguelikes. I find myself liking them more because I don't know, that style of fast paced shooting gameplay works more in a roguelike for me, and it does like hit this part of my brains and make me go, I want to play more of this. I want to play more of this. So maybe I'll give Judas a try because it's a first person shooter. So maybe it actually might be good. I might be. I'm now really thinking about this. I'm like, I love first person roguelites though. I love Sulfur. That was a fucking good ass game. And I love Post Void. That's a good ass fucking game. So you know what? Really thinking about this now, I might like it. I'm now changing my mind. So I might like Judas. I definitely like this game though. Because this is a single player narrative game like BioShock. And it's not a roguelike. So I definitely like this game. I'm excited for this game. Crystal Theater of Idols. But let's move on to the next game. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. What I like about this game is it's literally just Lego Arkham. And you can even see that in like the gameplay that we're seeing right here now. Like, you can see the gameplay is very much like Arkham. You can see how he magnetized to each of the enemies while he's beating them up. It is just a Lego Arkham game, but it's not just a Lego Arkham game. It is very much the history of the Dark Knight. This game celebrates the history, not just from the video games, but also from the comics and the movies. Each villain in this is a different version, is a different adaptation. Like, we have some villains that are heavily inspired by the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. We have some villains that are inspired by the Tim Burton movies. We have some villains that were inspired by the Joel Schumacher movies. And it is such... why are you showing me this ad? I'm trying to talk about video games. I don't give a shit about this. Video games, please. It is so much like combining the large history of Batman. And I absolutely love this game, and I'm so excited. I say I love this game, but I haven't played this game yet. I love what I'm seeing of this game. And I'm a big Batman fan. I'm a big fan of Telltale's Lego games. Did I say Telltale's? Traveler's Tales. Sorry, they're both TTs. Traveler's Tales made the Lego games, and they have done such a great job with them. They are personally my favorite when it comes to when they make Lego games. And I love playing their games. I love playing I love Lego Star Wars. Of course, I do like the gameplay style more from the original Lego games. Like, the new Lego Star Wars games is fine, but I think this would be a good improvement on the combat. I truly do think so. I think this game is going to be the perfect evolution of Lego games, and I truly cannot wait. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so fun. A part of me was worried because I did hear people say the next Lego game was going to be a Harry Potter game, and personally, I rather have Lego Batman. I rather have Lego Indiana Jones. Another Lego Star Wars game. Like I do like the Lego Harry Potter games. I just prefer these other IPs, and I'm just, especially in the Lego Harry Potter like combat was very to me. It was very compared to other Lego games. I very much and they're still fun games. Like Lego Harry Potter games are still fun. And if it was a Lego Harry Potter game, I would probably buy it third party and probably enjoy my time with it. But glad it's Lego Batman, and I'm so fully when I said third party, used is what I mean by used for reasons that I don't want to get into. I'm truly excited for this. I'm truly excited for Lego Batman because I think it is made for the Batman fan, and I'm a Batman fan, and I think this is just going to be like a fantastic, amazing fan game. And I don't give a shit, Sophie, and your stupid special Christmas promo. I don't give a shit about your terrible products. See, I have to say that just in case people think I'm being sponsored by these people, even though I'm just fucking watching a YouTube video and the ads pop up. So if it's a Spotify, I'm listening to music and a Spotify ad pops up, I will always trash their ads. Even if I like the product, I'll trash their ads because you ruined my fucking music time and you ruined my video time. So your products suck, whatever they are. I don't know. Reverser. It's an AI voice. Yeah, no, your product fucking sucks. I'm never gonna be sponsored by these people. Even a product I actually like, I'm never gonna be sponsored by them. So I don't care. I don't give a shit. Lego Batman, I can't wait. Next game, and of course the number one game. This game actually is my number one most anticipated game of all time, and it's Resident Evil Requiem. What I like about this game is it's going to do two different campaigns. There's going to be Grace's campaign, which is a new character that is the daughter of a pre-existing character. But what I like is Grace's campaign. This is Grace right here. Grace's campaign is going to be very much survival horror. So in vein of Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 7. It's very much going to be a more survival horror focused campaign. But there's going to be a second campaign, and that is going to be Leon Kennedy. That is right. Leon is in this game, even though he's been rumored to be in this game for so long, and Capcom finally confirmed it. Even though this was the worst kept secret. This is one of the worst kept. There's been so many other worst kept secrets. This has been one of the worst kept secrets in this, and I'm excited. And very much Leon's campaign is going to be Resident Evil 4 inspired. The gameplay style that we see here is very much Resident Evil 4. While Grace's campaign is going to be more like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 7 and more survival horror. This is going to be more action horror like Resident Evil 4. And I think that's going to be a good balance. And look at that. Leon is finally using that damn chainsaw. Like, every time you play the game and you saw an enemy with a chainsaw, you're always like, Leon, pick up that fucking chainsaw. And Leon has finally done it. Good job, Leon. Took ya fucking forever. But he finally has done it. My gosh. And it's gonna be glorious. Glorious. Mwah. I am excited for this game. I cannot wait to play this. It comes out next month. And if you are watching this on my second channel, which is the only way you're going to be watching this, or if you're watching this on Twitch, I will be posting until the release date of Resident Evil 9. I'll be uploading, I'll be playing edited playthroughs of Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 6. So 6 before 7. And if I have time, the Outbreak games. I would like to do the Outbreak games, but if I don't have time, then I won't. I'm very excited to do those videos for my main channel, and they will all be leading up to the release date of Resident Evil 7, and then I will upload my playthrough of Resident Evil 7. I also, before then, I'm going to be uploading my playthrough of Chronos, The New Dawn, so excited to fully play that game, and it's going to be so great. It's going to be so great. And I'm so excited for Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 9, and this is my number one most and anticipated game of 2026. So let's talk about honorable mentions. There's only 2 honorable mentions. You're probably wondering what these tabs are if there's only 2, because these are the next 2. So the next game I'm going to show you, which is an honorable mention, and I am actually really excited for this game. This honorable mention, there's a YouTube channel named Dusty Old Games. There's a Twitch channel. He mainly streams on Twitch. This is Dax the Animal. He used to have a Twitch channel called Dax the Animal, and then he decided to do a new Twitch channel called Dusty Old Games, where he streams retro games with his friend Dusty. At the moment, Dusty's too busy to help stream, and so it's now just Dax again. But Dax plays a bunch of Granny. Granny is a game that he has played so much in the channel. Like, he really loves Granny. And Granny is just an escape room type game. You have 5 days to try to escape this crazy old woman's house before she kills you. And it's very much a mini survival horror game. Very much like, it has the same level design of a survival horror game, but in a miniature form. And it's very good games, and Dax plays them all the time. So why am I telling you this? Because even though there is no gameplay at the moment, he's developing this game. He's developing a game that is a Granny-thon. That is a Granny-like, not a Granny-thon. The Granny-thon is a series where he plays a bunch of Granny-likes back to back. He is making a Granny-like that is the same gameplay style of Granny, and he's been developing it for half a year so far, I believe. And it's his first game he's ever developed. And honestly, I'm a big fan of Dusty Old Games. I'm mostly telling you about this because I want you to go follow Dusty Old Games. I truly want you to go follow him. He's a great content creator on Twitch, and I love watching his streams. He's one of the few people I genuinely love watching on Twitch. And he's making a Granny-like, and I'm truly excited for this game. I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna play it on my channel, my main channel. I'm gonna promote the hell out of it because I think he deserves it. Honestly, don't know the guy personally, but I think he's done so much on his Twitch channel, and I think he deserves the success, and I think his game is going to be absolutely incredible, and I hope you guys play it. And the reason why it's an honorable mention, because there is no gameplay yet. He has posted live streams of early builds of his game, but they were very early builds, and at the moment, I can't access those live streams because they've been deleted off of Twitch. He probably has them saved on his computer, but I don't have access to his computer. But his game is very much going to be a Granny-like. Like, the story of it is, you found yourself in this facility that is run by It's run by a paranoid veteran, like a paranoid military veteran who has surveillance, and it's a big like factory type area, and it's like how like he does a better job explaining it. Go follow him on Twitch. There will be a link in the description to his Twitch channel. Follow him on Twitch and ask about the game yourself. It sounds incredible. It is a Granny like. If you love Granny, you will definitely love this game. And if you love survival horror games, you will love Granny. So I think you will love his game. I'm excited for it. And if you never played a Granny, if you think you've never played a Granny like, have you ever played Puppet Combo? And specifically the game Nun Massacre? If you played Nun Massacre by Puppet Combo, you played a Granny like. Nun Massacre is just a Granny like. In a way, it's a Granny like in a way. It has the same structure of a Granny like, and that's a great game too. So I'm excited for Dax's game. This game I'm putting here because there's no release date at all. I'm confident it's going to be 2026. But there's a small chance that it could also be 2027. So it's an honorable mention because still far at the moment, there has been no real confirmation. And it's Hideo Kojima's OD. And it's very much a spiritual successor to Hideo Kojima's PT or Silent Hills. I think it's going to use a lot of the ideas of Silent Hills in this game. And honestly, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this because I love the PT demo, and I would love a more fleshed out version of this game. But what's very interesting about this game is it's going to be an anthology game. There's going to be different types. This is a trailer for OD Knock. Like this was called OD Knock, and this one is specifically directed by Hideo Kojima, while Jordan Peele is directing a different segment of OD. And so that's very fascinating. I do like that. So we're going to have two different style of horror games, and OD Knock, Hideo Kojima's storyline, is going to be very much inspired by PT. It's going to be very much what he wanted to do for PT. I truly believe it's going to have stuff that the ideas he had for PT, and I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this, and again, the reason why it's in my honorable mentions is because so far there is no release date yet. So now we're getting to games that I am honestly we've done games I'm excited for. That's not all we're going to be talking about, because you see there's still more tabs after OD. Games that I'm not excited for. So actually, let's do this game first, because even though I'm not excited for it, I think it's much more interesting than these other two games. This is the game made by Housemarque Studios. And it is I'm going to say it's I don't know if it's a sequel to Returnal. I very much think it's a spiritual sequel. And it's going to be another like roguelike third-person bullet hell shooter. And it looks interesting because of it's a roguelike, and I could not really get into Returnal because of it being a roguelike. That I just couldn't get into it. It did upset me because the story was very interesting. But that's the reason why I'm not as hyped, is because I couldn't get into the first game. And I know for a fact I'm not going to get into this game. Even though it does look interesting and the story looks fascinating. I just know I'm just not going to be able to get into it. So now let's talk about games that I just want to talk about. Code Violet. And at first, this game looked interesting, because I'm like, oh my gosh, it is a Dino Crisis Dead Space inspired game. Like, it's dinosaurs in space. Code Violet is dinosaurs in space. And I was like, hell yeah, that's fucking amazing. And I was so excited to play this game. And then I saw the developer's true colors. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the controversy with why they're not doing a PC release. Team Kill Media, someone asked, are you going to be doing a PC release? And Team Kill Media, instead of just saying, no, we just wanted to do a PS5 release, we just want to focus on consoles at the moment, we have no plans to do a PC release. That's all they could say. That's all they had to say. Instead, they said this weird fucking thing. For those asking us about a PC version of Code Violet, the reason we're not bringing it to PC is we do not want anyone modding vulgar versions of the main character as well as the other characters in the game. And the reason is because of the voice actors. They wanted to be respectful to the voice actors and stuff. Yeah, no, I understand that. I fully understand that. So what the fuck is your game? So what the fuck is the DLC, the pre-order bonus costumes? Fucking vulgar as hell. That's a fucking bikini. That's gooner bait right there. Look at that. Look at that fucking gooner bait. Oh, look at this gooner bait. Oh. Is that gooner bait? These are pre-orderable costumes. So I genuinely do not think you can say we do not want you modding vulgar versions of our main character when you're just gonna fucking make vulgar versions of your character. Yeah, they're not straight up nude mods, but they're still very sexual in nature, and that's what you wanted to be against. That makes no sense, and that makes you seem very hypocritical. But I also would have been very fine with this if you people weren't fucking racist. These developers are extremely racist, and they've proven that on fucking Twitter. These developers are extremely fucking racists. They are awful fucking people, and that is what I have my main gripes about. Like, I still would have bought this game, even for this, because honestly, I don't give a shit about nude mods. Fuck nude mods. I don't give a damn about nude mods. I'm never going to download a sexual nude mod. What I am going to play is a game, even if it has skimpy outfits and shit. I'm like, okay, fine. I think you're hypocrites, but I still would buy your game. Too bad you're fucking racists, and I'm not fucking buying your game. And this is a game I'm truly hateful for. I don't want to support these developers, and it sucks because I was so excited for a Dead Space meets Dino Crisis inspired game, because I love Dead Space and I love Dino Crisis, and those are the two games that are not being loved by their studios that own them. Fucking EA has said we have no plans to do a new Dead Space, and Capcom just pretends Dino Crisis doesn't even exist. At least EA will mention Dead Space if someone else mentions them. But I believe if someone mentions to Capcom, do you know anything about, would you make a new Dino Crisis game? They'd be like, Mega Man, which I'm excited for. Don't be like, oh, he's against the new Mega Man game. No, because Mega Man was also another series that was not given love by Capcom, and now they're finally giving goddamn Mega Man love. Fucking amazing. And I mean, in a game form, Mega Man has always been loved by Capcom, no matter what. They've made comics of Mega Man, they made cartoons of Mega Man, and they've made so many merchandise of Mega Man. The reason why Mega Man never got a new game until now was because of how the triple A mindset is. I think it truly is because Capcom just doesn't know how to fit Mega Man in the modern day AAA landscape, because they have the mindset no one wants to play 2D games or 2.5D games, and they just want to play 3D shooters. And that's simply not fucking true. But even then, There was at one point a canceled Mega Man X first-person shooter. There was at one point a canceled Mega Man X first-person shooter, and it looked fun. And I know a lot of Mega Man fans would have been fine with that game. They of course probably would have wanted a more 2D game, but honestly, I've saw a lot of fans say that they would have been fine with this first-person shooter. And here's gameplay of it. This was canceled back in like the 2010s, I believe. I think back in 2010, and it was being made by Armature Studio, comprised of talent behind Metroid Prime. So basically, this was going to be Mega Man Prime, Mega Man X Prime. And it looks fun. Like, this looks like a fun first-person shooter. And if Capcom ever wanted to bring this back, I would have been fine with this. I would have also loved if they made a new 2D game. But if Capcom wanted to make a first-person shooter like this in the Mega Man series, I would have been fine with this. And I do know there's a good amount of Mega Man fans that also would have been fine with this. Because I love Mega Man. I specifically love Mega Man X. I honestly prefer Mega Man X over the original Mega Man. But I fucking love Mega Man no matter what. If it's a Mega Man game, I'll fucking play it. I'll fucking love it. I'll fucking kiss it. I'll give it a big old smooch. And I'm excited for Mega Man Dual Overdrive. The reason why it's not even in this list is because it's a 2027 game. We have to wait 1 more year for a new Mega Man game. But anyways, sorry, I went in on a little rant about Mega Man. This game, Code Violet, I'm not excited for it at all, and I honestly will never even fucking give these developers my money because they're racist piece of shit. And so far they've proven that. They might not say they are, but they've proven it by on Twitter and shit. And personally, I don't want to support them. And also it's like also kind of being hypocritical about. Like, it's so fucking weird that they're so hypocritical about not wanting porn mods, but they'll make Gooner Bait outfits as DLC. Like, that's so respectful to the voice actress. Like, so fucking respectful. You didn't want to make a PC version because your last couple PC games failed miserably, but your console games were successful. Just be honest. Why are you fucking doing this stupid? All you had to say, honestly, was we just didn't want to make a PC version. And people would have been fine with that. I don't understand this line. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Are you calling all PC players perverts? That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. Like, my God. My God. And it's like, I wouldn't even have given a shit if they made a statement like this. The fact that there's Gooner Bait outfits in this game makes me go, okay, yeah, totally. That's the real reason why you didn't want it. But the right reason why I don't like the studio is because they're racist. Anyways, this game was the final game announcement in the Game Awards. I want to talk about this because it was the final game announcement in the Game Awards, and the way Jeff Keighley built it up was fucking weird. And I'm gonna play. This is gonna be the first time I play the audio, so.
You know, sometimes our last reveal at the Game Awards is a teaser for something years and years away. But not tonight. Our final world premiere comes from 61 members of the team that built Apex Legends and Titanfall. 4 years ago, the principals founded a new independent studio with the hopes of pushing the shooter genre forward with a new original game. They've done it in complete secrecy, which is even more amazing because the game is very deep into development. The power of independent, self-published studios to push this medium forward is a growing and I think positive theme in our industry. And so tonight, you're not only going to get...
I agree with Jeff there. I truly agree with Jeff there. Studios going independent completely is what I want, and I don't want these developers to be under the fucking microscope of a fucking developer that will treat them like fucking shit and stuff. I truly agree with Jeff there. I don't agree about anything else he said beforehand, but
get the announcement of the game, but also your first look at the gameplay. I've played it, and after you see this trailer, I think you're going to want to as well. Welcome to Highguard.
Into lands uncharted and dangers untold. I venture without fear and ride without rest. For coin or for cause, I fight to the end.
Bringing the heat.
you see the problem there? This was the final announcement, and Jeff Keighley built up this fucking final announcement. He was like, this is a game that's going to change gaming forever. It is so amazing, and I love Jeff Keighley, but my God, he hypes up a lot of games that does not deserve to be hyped up. I'll be honest with you. And this wouldn't have been bad. I truly don't think this would have been bad if this wasn't the fucking final game announcement. I truly believe no one would be talking about the final game announcement badly if it was fucking Divinity or Fate of the Old Republic. If it was either one of those two games as the final big announcement, then people would have looked at the final game announcement positively. But because it was this game, a generic hero shooter, a generic multiplayer hero shooter, it was fucking so dumb as a final game announcement. This was not worth that build up. Honestly, this is just another generic hero shooter. And everyone agrees. A lot of people are calling this the next Concord. People are saying this is Concord 2. Maybe it might be popular. Maybe people will like it because people do like Titanfall. And I love Titanfall. And when we were talking about Titanfall and stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a new game that is like that is going to have a campaign like Titanfall. And then it was revealed to be a co-op fucking multiplayer hero shooter. I was like, oh. So nothing like Titanfall. Because what I love about Titanfall 2, I don't even like Titanfall 1. What I like about Titanfall 2 is the fucking campaign. That's what I love about Titanfall 2. The multiplayer was meh. But I know people loved both the campaign and multiplayer. But this just looks like generic hero shooter. And this was just a disappointment. Like this was a disappointing final announcement. The show itself was good. I really liked the Game Awards. There was a lot of good announcements. I mean, we got a new Mega Man. Oh, hey, it's free. So, I will say, better than Concord. It will at least have some players. Because no one was gonna fucking buy. Like there was 600 player. I literally was watching a Luke Steven videos, and he pulled up the launch stat of how many players there was on launch, and there was only 600 players, and it got lower than that after launch. It was a reason why it died after like a couple weeks. It died after a month. Like a lot of people are saying this is probably going to be Concord 2. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be Concord 2. I think there will be at least a player base, and I think it's going to be around longer than Concord 2. Do I think it's going to be successful? Probably not, because it's really hard to make the new hottest multiplayer game. The multiplayer games, the only reason they get like big and people like them, honestly, no one really knows why, because it's just like they just one day get popular. It's like there is no like thing you can go, well, that's why Fortnite became the success it did. That's why Marvel Rivals became the success it did. That's why Apex Legends became the success it did. I don't think there is like a thing you can say like this is the reason why it's a success. And that's why a lot of these studios fail, is because they put too much in one thing. I think that's the reason why these games were successful when it wasn't. And it just I don't think this game is going to do well, but I also don't think it's going to be as bad as Concord, especially because it's free. There will be at least a good amount of players on launch. But the question is, will there be a good enough amount of players for the rest of its life cycle? And that's a good question. But because Concord was a $40 game, it was dead on arrival. If it was a free-to-play game, then that would have been different. But because it was $40, it was like $40 or $50 at launch. It was dead on arrival. It just was. And I feel bad for the developers of that game, because PlayStation was hyping up that game so much, but I don't really feel that bad for PlayStation. They've been gambling on live service games for a while, and I'm glad it's been like biting them in the ass, because I want single player story experiences. I don't want them to put money in fucking live service games. Like, fuck no. Give me good games with a good story that is single player, and I'll eat it up. Give me a live service game, I will fucking tell you to fuck off. And so far, the industry wants to give me live service games, and so far, I'm telling them to fuck off. That's why I agree with Jeff Keighley in the beginning of that statement, saying that indie games is going to be what changes this industry. I do truly believe that. I do truly believe AAA games are going to go away, while indie games is going to be the pavement for the future. And I don't think fully AAA is going to go away. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot more AA games than we're going to see a lot more AAA games, because developers are going to finally realize maybe we need to lower a budget and not put so much money in these games. And that's I do hope we do eventually see more AA games. If the AAA industry wants to survive, we're going to have to see a lot more AA games. That's just the truth. What I'm excited for the 10 games and the honorable mentions I mentioned. I'm not excited for those other games. So, thank you for watching this podcast, Jarvey's Random Podcast. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, please check out my main YouTube channel, Jarvey Rocks. I upload edited playthroughs of video games that I'm playing, and I also will try to upload short films in the future. Go to my Twitch channel, which I've been streaming this live on Twitch. I stream the podcast live on Twitch, and I also stream just random games. Like I usually stream games and music. Like I'll play a game while playing music. So yeah, go to my Twitch, give me a follow there, and subscribe to this channel, Jarvey Rocks 2, spelled TWO, where you'll see the uploads of my podcast and whatever the fuck I feel like uploading on this channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.